Hey everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block, and today I'm joined by my good buddy Rotas Wadera. He's a Manchester United fan, if you couldn't tell. You guys may remember him from that awesome reaction to video we did a couple years ago. Fortunately, we cannot bring you one of those this year. I will be in a different part of the world during the Manchester United match, away from Rotas. But let's get right into it. Rotas, what do you think about my haircut?
I like it a lot. I think it looks a lot better.
It looks a lot better. It was too long before. I just told my barber to give me the Jeremy Lin. And that was it. But actually, talking about the actual game itself, because we do have a very important fixture coming up at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at Old Trafford.
Yes, sir.
What does this match mean for United? It's obviously a Manchester United-Liverpool match, carries all that weight. But stripping all that aside, what does it mean for United in the league?
I think, we talked about they're about 11 points out of 4th place, and in terms of United and their plans for next season, if they want to get into the transfer...
We're just going to qualify that 11 points. 11 points off of Arsenal. City are actually in 4th, but they're 2 games behind, so we're really just going to call Arsenal the 4th place team right now.
Right, yeah, they need that 4th place spot if they want to get into the Champions League, because the Champions League means that it just increases the opportunity for them to get better players.
Midweek, Liverpool fans know this very well.
Because Toni Kroos midweek dropped the hint that he wanted to come to the Premier League, and he's been
linked, I did not know that.
And he's been linked to Manchester United. And obviously, if they don't get to the Champions League, there's a big likelihood that he won't. And there's also rumors about them getting into the sweepstakes for Real Madrid young striker Alvaro Morata.
Right. So 2 questions for you on that then. One, if United missed the Champions League this year, does that really impact how they go about the summer transfer window? Would one season out of the Champions League really impact Manchester United, the Goliath? And 2, do you really fucking think Manchester United, 11 points out with, 9 games to go, are going to be in the Champions League?
It's unlikely. It is unlikely, but as long as I think they're capable of stringing a couple wins together.
Okay. And Arsenal, Ozil's now out now, Walcott's out, Wilshire's out. Arsenal might drop out.
They might drop, and I think
you think United can go on that run.
It's just that I think they can. It's just future plans. Chicharito is more than likely gone this season. He will more than likely be gone to Italy or Spain. We're gonna need help. We don't know about Danny Welbeck's growth as a player. He obviously has not produced well this year. He's still relatively young. So in terms of bringing in new talent to the side, it's important that for transfer hopes and improving the squad, because David Moyes clearly needs more talent, if anything else.
He needs to really restructure that squad. As for Liverpool, the aim is simple: 3 points. Let's continue to chase this title dream. I'll leave it at that. Getting right into the lineups, I think Liverpool are going to go with actually a 4-3-3 with a 1-2 in midfield. Dissimilar to what they went last week. They had Suarez and Sturridge in kind of a diamond formation. I think that Brendan Rodgers is going to go back to his classic 4-3-3. Well, we'll actually see Coutinho up in that number 10 attacking center midfield role that he's really thrived in ever since Brendan Rodgers has trusted him in the center of the park to deal with those tactical, defensive, and physical responsibilities as opposed to being out on the wing. How does United line up? We all know how Liverpool is going to line up. How do you think United goes?
I think David Moyes has continued to be extremely defensive with his lineup. He's probably going to go with a 4-2-3-1. Probably have Rafael on the right, Evra on the left, and he's going to look to play Vidic at the left center back. And the right center back is going to be by committee. He might play Rio, he might play Chris Smalling, but I think it's going to be Phil Jones because of his versatility. And then you're looking at the 2 center defensive midfielders, probably Fellaini on the right, Carrick on the left. Fellaini's done a little bit better of late, but there's definitely going to be a lot of concern there in that spot. And surprisingly, we did talk about Juan Mata playing on the right side,
but he'll be against Glenn Johnson.
He will be against Glenn Johnson,
which I think is a matchup that United will look to exploit. But we all know Mata likes to drift in.
He likes to drift in, especially being a lefty, and he's going to try and cut inside.
I think United are really going to try to overload the center of the park just because. Gerrard, he's done well in that defensive center midfield role. Henderson has helped him out, but he can still be exploited. I do think that when Mata drifts in, that does open up the opportunity for them to really get the ball out to Glenn Johnson on the counterattack. They will have space down that wing. I guess just also looking at the tactics board, I'm worried about that Rooney-Van Persie combination really giving Hager and Skriddle some trouble. But going forward, I'm hopeful that Coutinho will really look to exploit the center of the park. They're going to have a lot of space. And Liverpool just interchanged so freely with Sterling's, Suarez, and Sturridge up front. I think United are going to have their hands full with the back four. Do you think that United, in terms of their midfield and defensive back four, are going to be able to cope with what Liverpool are going to bring in attack? Because we're going to be going after United. We're going to attack United at Old Trafford.
I think the real concern is going to be on that right side. Does Raphael tend to push forward a little too much?
Yeah.
And he might do that. And, the guys that you mentioned, Sturridge, Suarez, they're going to interchange and they're going to look to mix things up. So I think, Evra might be okay and Vidic will be okay. Phil Jones is obviously concerned as well. So that right side will definitely look to get exploited, I think, for Liverpool.
Okay. And I guess there's just one more thing I really wanted to talk about. Liverpool have won, I guess, twice in the past 10 years at Old Trafford. The last time they won at Old Trafford was in 2009. We all know that 4-3 victory. Yeah. I think Vidic was sent off in that match, right?
He was.
So Liverpool have not done well against United in recent years, of course, but this is the first year since that 2009 side that almost won the title against United. Really, they should have that year in my mind. Of course, all Liverpool fans will say that. But this is the first year since that 08-09 season where Liverpool legitimately have a better team than Manchester United, a better manager, just across the board, really.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about that, Mr. United fan?
Well, I think...
How does that make you feel inside, that we're actually better than you for the first time in 5 years?
It hurts. Just be careful of our young prospect, Januzaj.
Whatever. He's just a shit Raheem Sterling.
Are you kidding? He's got a tremendous amount of skill.
I would argue Raheem Sterling over Januzaj or whatever the hell that
just because Sterling got experience last season, too, to come off the bench. Januzaj's starting this season. Januzaj's got his first... He's starting to get his feet underneath him.
Sterling was also out of the side for like 8 to 10 months.
Sterling is going to be... I mean, you can check it out in the World Cup this summer. Sterling's going to be getting...
He's going to be one to watch.
Sterling's going to be one
come on at the 60-minute march at the 60-minute mark every time for Hodgson. Well, actually, Roy Hodgson is an idiot. So what am I talking about? Whatever. But online, we see the Januzaj Sterling debates all the time.
Yeah, and you can.
I'm not having it. Sterling is better.
I mean, you can tell. I mean, you just watch. I mean, Januzaj might be playing with better talent if he decides to go with Belgium at the World Cup. Yeah. So he may just have more opportunities. You never know.
Right. Okay. Now wrapping up. Now score prediction, Rotas.
I'm going to go 1-1. I mean, just conservative because David Moyes likes to be conservative. There's no doubt about that. He's going to look to be defensive, although I would prefer that they go for the 3 points. There's no secret about Liverpool's attacking prowess, and I think, you saw the last time they came out in a big game against Arsenal, it was a 0-0 draw, not much action. And I think it'll be much of the same. I think, it'll have to be 1-1, hopefully.
I guess that'd actually be a decent result for you guys. Before I get into my score prediction, I'm just going to do a shameless plug that's related to the prediction. Rotas and I are actually co-hosting a show called The Other Football on WNYU, the radio station. I'll provide a link down below for that. But earlier in the week when we broadcasted our radio show, I went with a 2-2 score prediction. I'm going to alter that just because I love to flip-flop in score predictions, and I'm always just wrong, actually. I'm feeling a little bolder as the week has gone on. I'm going to say 3-1 victors to the Reds.
All right,
I just do think that this Red side is flying. Our away form is concerning. We're really not nearly as good away as we are at home. But Liverpool have yet to lose in 2014, and I'll be damned if we lose against United. So I'm going to go 3-1 to the Reds. Let me know your score predictions down below, guys. Give us your thoughts on how you think the match is going to turn out, how you think Liverpool and United are going to line up tactically, and just tell me overall how shit you think United is. That's all I have to say. Rotas, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks,
signing out, guys. JLB Sports TV. Be sure to check out The Other Football. We're also on Twitter too. Hashtag actually TOF. That's the hashtag. But at @TheOther_football. Check us out. We'll be tweeting and bringing you more content as much as we can. Thank you, guys.